As promised, let's speak about the days of the pen pal. And if anyone was part of the pen pal culture, you had to have known that Brian, for Babu and Mababu, was the chief pen pal character from Calibishie. Pen pal, for those of you who are too young to understand that, is Penpal. Pen as in what you used to write. I'm not too sure whether you still use pen these days. I write with pen every day. That's what I used to write. And then I transcribe on the computer. And pal is like a friend. Pal. P-A-L. It's like, what's up, pal? Of course, when you told somebody you were gay back then, that meant you were happy. So we used terms to say what we felt and to express certain things. Gay now is, telling somebody you're gay now is a bad thing. I believe, based on what I understand, the world has changed. So a pen pal was somebody, a friend who used to communicate with you via pen, and vice versa. I'm not too sure who brought this tradition of pen pal to Dominica. If it is the missionaries when they came in, the priests, nuns, whoever. But it was an interesting thing because we got to know people from all around the world. I had pen pal, Martha had pen pal, Scott had pen pal, Alvin had pen pal, everybody, and Nikitina, my sister Valley, Edva, everybody had pen pal, but Brian had the most. Brian and Desmond Warrington, and yours truly I should say, are among the people from the community with the best penmanship. Well, now I say pen personship because it's not only man who has this art of writing, but Desmond is exquisitely good. So too was Brian and almost everyone, because we used to write. That's what we used to do. So we had to perfect our craft in writing. I think everybody who's above 40 can write well, with the exception of doctors and so on who didn't pay attention too much about details. But writing was a big thing, and pen pal was the culture of the time. So we would get friends via pen by sending letters to friends all in India, Arabia, England, Australia. And as I said, Brian had most friends because Brian could write and he had raps. When you were writing to your pen pal, you had to describe your entire community, how, everything about you via pen. So our minds were alert then to really inscribe our true emotional feelings. Boy and fellas used to write some kind of wicked love letters to certain friends. When you get to know them, after 2-3 months or 4 months of writing, then you start writing on the golden branches of love and so on. That was a major part of the culture. So we used to congregate by the post office. Massa was the postmaster, and Massa had 2 sisters, Mayun and Malin. When she was not there, they kept for her, but she generally was the postmistress. And I think it was every day or every other day. When mails came in from Roseau, people used to lier. To lier means to spread around, gather around the post office, waiting for the names to be called. And sometimes you hear Alexander Bruno. I get one, I wait in. You'll hear another name. Anik Telemac. Scott, George, Kelvin, Etienne. All of that is pen pal letters we get, And then my name might call again, Alexander Bruno. Sometimes I get 3 calls in one post office sitting. And when you get those letters now, you go home and you sit down and you start to read your letters. And as you're reading, so you're writing. So every day there's a trade. I suspect that was a business, to keep the postal service going, But that pen pal thing was not easy. And I might tell you a story about a friend who actually visited after speaking with somebody from the village for a year or more as pen pal, and how the incident ended, because I think the pen pal did not expect that the pen pal who was writing to her, to the person would have, anyway, We might or we might not discuss that on the next episode of Calibishie Chronicle.